Hello, welcome to another episode of Clip Chat, your weekly podcast on everything disability. Before we begin, tonight we're speaking about a sensitive topic. The Royal Commission into Disability, Violence, Neglect, and Abuse. I don't know about you, but as someone who spent over 10 years in the advocacy space, and after a lifetime of at times being at the wrong end of institutional discrimination. When I hear some of the bureaucrats speaking like they have in their testimony, it's really angers me. Tim, do you want to give a little context to what I'm saying?
Yes, I guess to provide context, in the commission, we've also now got the issue of coronavirus. So, however we wanted to refer to it, the pandemic, that's added some additional questions into the commission, which has made it, unfortunately, a politicized thing. But yeah, the background of it is it's been turned into a political sort of thing when it shouldn't be. It should be more a matter of addressing these issues than turning it into a political point.
I guess how I'd like to start off is to look at, first of all, how did this inquiry come about? Second, if it wasn't for CBD, would some of the issues be so prominent? And I'd like to start off with those to ask people around the stream what are their first impressions. Tim or David, do you want to begin?
I'll let someone else kick off because I usually kick off all the time.
Yeah, okay. So, yeah, as most of you know, it is the COVID season, and so I guess with the COVID, I guess the special care must be taken for people with disability. So we're always out there, I guess, and we just want to enjoy life as people with disability. So I guess now the question is, how do we maintain our safety around this time, in particular the COVID time, to ensure that we get adequate care and support without the risk of catching the COVID-19? David,
Yes.
what are your thoughts?
Well, I travel a lot. What we can
Yeah.
do is always wear a mask when you're in a crowded place.
Yeah, but what I'm talking about, when you have a support worker,
Yes.
how do you ensure your safety as well as the support worker safety, especially during this COVID time?
You can both wear masks and both always wash hands and make sure whatever you touch is
Yeah.
is wiped after. Like example, I go to the gym. I wipe the machine before I use it,
Yeah.
and if I was gonna eat or anyone is gonna eat, wash your hands before you eat. It's all about being hygienically clean, which we should always be.
Yeah.
Yeah. It should be the case all the time.
Should be
Yeah, but
always.
how do you think the government has responded to, I guess, in particular, this COVID-19 crisis? How do you think the government has reacted to such a, I guess, pandemic in response to the people with disability?
I can't remember where I heard it. I think it was on the news, but they were saying in this commission that's looking at the handling of the pandemic that people who planned it, they actually fully admitted that they didn't even consider people with disabilities or vulnerable people when they put the plan together. So that just really says something how poorly thought out.
Can I
Yes, that's true news. Sorry, Jonathan. Yeah, you were saying?
Today I was monitoring the news, and as I do on days when the Royal Commission is on, I watched a bit of the live stream. And what really shocked me almost to my core is when I listen to the testimony of the deputy chief medical officer. And this is just paraphrasing him, but he essentially says in the initial phases of planning the response, they didn't even consider the needs of the disability community.
That's terrible
I
news. Bro.
see if nodding if you guys don't believe me. I got this news article.
Oh yeah. Wow.
So
Yeah.
this is from
Yeah.
ABC News, and it's essentially retold what was involved in the testimony.
Yeah. So I'll just read it out to David.
Yes.
Yeah. You want to just go back to the headline?
Yeah.
So, David, what the news article is saying is that health bureaucrat tells Royal Commission people with disabilities not mentioned in the coronavirus plan. So basically, they're excluding us from the coronavirus plan.
It looks like that's not good because they're not counting us. They're not considering us to
Exactly.
be one of the people. We're just ignored.
Yeah,
We're
exactly.
just thrown
Are
to the
we just
side.
a liability?
Yes. And how
Yeah.
does that make you feel, David?
Yeah, man.
That makes
Sorry.
me feel
Yeah, what were you saying, Evie?
liability to them. Where
Yeah. Yeah. No. Yeah. It's no
we
good,
could
David.
be
It's no good.
important.
Yeah. Sorry, Tim. I'll let you.
Yeah, I was going to
continue.
say what government should do is they should actually seek advice from people in vulnerable communities first around pandemics, because generally people in those scenarios know how to survive these sort of things, because so many of us in the community have immune problems, or we have to limit how much we go out to keep ourselves healthy. We already have a good understanding of stuff, so we can inform what sort of policies and rules and safeguards need to be in place, and instead of being left out. So we need to,
Tim,
yeah.
can I correct the record as someone who sits on the board of a pig body?
Yeah.
Mm. Yeah.
From
This
the outset of the pandemic, it called the government of God, but as the government got to know the seriousness of the situation, it felt a bit like a rushed process in that the government just came to certain organizations one day and without giving us the heads up, said, what do your members need? Can
Yep.
we give you more funding? Now, this approach would suit more a long-term project, but not in an emergency context.
Yeah, and this goes to show that in terms of inclusion for people with disability, we're actually going backwards. We're not moving forward at all.
Yeah,
Which is
the
a
current situation makes it seem that way.
yeah.
Tim, can you come a bit closer to the microphone?
Yeah, is that a bit better?
Yeah.
Cool.
All good.
Sorry, everyone, for the editor coming out in me.
No, that's all good.
Let's change tack. What has the government done good, and where do they still need to improve?
Look, I guess where the government needs to improve is to, I guess, just put us out there. Make sure that everyone with a disability is well maintained, is monetarily, I guess, checked on. Recording is possible to ensure that no one has the slightest of symptoms. There should be like a policy in place where the needs of people with disability are priority. What are your thoughts?
Abraham, maybe
Yeah.
with the shopping centers, they like the shopping, the Woolworth and all that. They start doing before at first they allowed the pensioners first in, or with people with disability.
That's right. I guess that's a positive thing that the government is doing.
But that was more like Woolworths by itself.
Yeah. So it's not really government, is it? Yeah. So I guess government needs to take control of that and ensure that people with disability are priority when it comes to groceries and
what
yeah,
what they can do is have carers coming and visiting and asking what they need.
Yes.
And
I guess
if it's something they need, they get it from.
Yeah. I guess during this time.
Having to go out there and get them.
That's right. Yeah. I agree, David. What do you guys think? Jim, Jonathan?
But people with disabilities
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
My concern is not so much for people in the community as in living at home. I guess from the news there's been a disturbing trend in group homes and what they call congregate accommodation, which is a more politically correct term for a group home or old institutions which otherwise wouldn't be compatible with the whole person-centered care approach of the NDIS. What do you guys think of those kind of facilities?
Look, I guess people can utilize their NDIS to receive the appropriate support that they need. By saying that, what are your thoughts on that, Tim?
I think, like, regarding institutionalizing people, especially during this time, or like call it institutionalizing, call it group homes, call it nursing homes, or people being in settings where they're living close together with limited access to carers or assistance or nursing or supportive type things. I feel like there's not enough being done to ensure that people are being kept safe during the pandemic, because those are a very high risk group because they can't protect themselves, and it's our duty to protect them. And if companies that are providing this care aren't doing so in a manner that's ethical or safe, well, it's not really right to subject people to living under those conditions. So there's a duty of care that the government has over its people, and that's been at the centre of all these investigations in the Royal Commission, is how these housing setups like nursing homes and that sort of thing, also disability housing of that nature, has had so many cases, like how it got introduced. So I think more needs to be done by the government to, I guess, mandate some sort of framework to stop people transmitting to high-risk groups.
What you got to remember is people in homes like that have people from outside visiting them. If one person with CVD comes in, they infect one, it's a dominoes effect.
Exactly, and it spreads everywhere.
Yeah, and the particular concern is with when the people who come into the home who have the infection are workers, because they work in close contact with multiple people a day, and that's how these things have panned out. So I think the government needs to do a better job in making sure that people are using the protective equipment and not going to work if they're sick.
What the government can do is have one person for each person. So you always work for one person. You don't necessarily go to others.
Yeah, but is there enough staff in order to do that? That's the question.
Well, a lot of people are not working these days because of this pandemic.
So what are you saying? People who are not working at Woolly banning the good and come assistantly here with
that's what I was thinking as well.
and personal care. Look, on the face of it, that sounds like a good idea, but in reality, care should be a heavily regulated organization where people should get accredited to have the right to work in the industry. Again, that's just my personal view.
Yeah, they need to be credited. Obviously, you don't want to
Yeah.
just get Bob or Joe from down the street, not doing anything, has no
Yeah,
clue.
true.
But if
Yeah.
you make sure they get tested, like, all right, do a temperature test every time someone comes in. I don't know if
Yeah.
that's going to be 100%, because when I go into the gym today, they test my temperature
Yeah.
before I walk in, and they know how much it is.
Yeah, I guess that's with most organizations as well. The clubs, the pubs, they do temperature checks
Mm.
to ensure that there is no symptoms shown.
Look, even recently, I returned to do therapy at the hand people the certain large provider. And the conundrum is they give you a long questionnaire to do first thing in the morning when you go into the center. They check your temperature and get you to sign in. But that cuts into your therapy time. So what I'm saying is,
Yeah.
look, these are precautions need to happen. I guess my point is the issues of how it's going to be implemented in the long term.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, they got to be careful and they got to be vigilant. And if the if when a nurse comes to assist or carer, then wear a mask. That way they protect the client.
Yeah, and it'll
And,
minimize the risk of contact as well.
and just remember that number.
Yeah.
70, I mean, this is going to sound like a pitching able-bodied people against people with disability. But if you had a cluster beginning in Sydney of 76 people, it would be on the first news story. But we kind of have a culture in Australia where if it's not amazing, me or my family, it would all be alright. I just think we need to pay closer attention about what is happening.
Yeah.
Also, what I think, people that want to help people with disability outside in the streets, always ask. Don't just grab them.
Exactly, because you might put them in danger.
Ask them,
Yep.
what is the best way I can help you, or can I help you?
Yeah.
Because a lot of people try to help, but instead they think they're doing good, but they're doing worse than for the person. They can lose them, or they can make them panic.
Exactly. You put them in an uncomfortable situation because they're at risk of contracting the CVD.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
they can contact the they can contract the CVD.
Yeah, exactly.
And look, as someone with cerebral palsy and a psychosocial component caused by my brain damage, I feel a bit upset that those who cannot speak for themselves are not really being heard. Do you know what I'm getting at?
Yeah, people in society tend to undervalue people who can't communicate verbally or look different, and it's just wrong. But we need to teach society to not be like that, and people learn from being exposed to it. So the more we talk about it, the more the message gets out there. People become aware of it, and hopefully, people help us campaign for change.
Yep.
And look, I wasn't going to raise this, but I also feel a bit frustrated that at the time organizations should be putting forward our voices. They seem to be focused more on themselves, you know, about what is our funding gonna look like, or one specific organization, which I won't name, are having a few internal problems. My point is, this is a point in time where we really need to forget our egos, where we come from, and focus on this is the situation, and what can we do to improve it?
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I agree. It's all good.
Yeah.
Exactly. Proper care should be maintained when dealing with people with disabilities. That's it. That's all it is. You need to, I guess, prioritize the people with disability and ensuring that efficient care and support is provided to them when they need it. It's
And
not rocket science.
also people when they see people out in they need to educate others how to deal with people with disabilities.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
This
Just a matter of teaching people that we're just like everyone else.
this may not be the right phrase, but what I tell myself to instill in others is don't discriminate, help integrate.
Yep.
yeah,
So
don't
good.
discriminate, help integrate.
Yep.
Because the more we are fearful of difference or something we've been told is quote unquote wrong, the more we avoid it. And that's not what we need right now. We need to embrace each other regardless of our abilities or quote unquote disabilities.
The main
God, I hate that word. I prefer distinctive abilities.
Yeah.
the main thing you have to
Exactly. I agree. I
concentrate
agree.
on main thing you need to concentrate on is communication. if you got the communication, then people will understand.
Yeah.
Then how to treat people with disabilities, and if they learn, where they should start it is at school, because once the school starts teaching teaching kids with how to act around people with disability, then the kids end up teaching the parents.
Yeah.
Yeah,
One of my
Very
kids
good.
told me what they learn at school, and they
Yeah. Good
they
stuff.
they they're interested in things like that. Once they learn it from at a young age, they become an example for others.
Yeah.
But look, I guess this is another conversation for another week. But I think, look, the way we even talk about disability with able-bodied people is less a bit problematic. And I think it's because it's still a taboo issue. Well, as long as this podcast and this charity exists, that's something we're going to spend every day trying to change. Tim, do you want to provide a brief summary, and then Evie and David, can you prepare your final thoughts, your takeaways for tonight's episode?
Yeah, so look, I'll just add that all it is that the government must put in controls and policies to ensure that people with disability are well maintained and are basically looked after. Yeah, we don't want anyone to be excluded. We want a community that's moving forward and not backwards, especially during these COVID times. We need to protect the vulnerable people to ensure that everyone has a fair go.
We want everyone to be safe, not just the able bodies.
Exactly. Thank you, Dave. Yep.
yeah.
Last
So
thoughts, Etienne?
in summary, I was just going to say it comes down to the government needs to include all vulnerable people in their planning around pandemics. That includes people with disabilities, people from low income backgrounds, the elderly, pretty much any sort of group that could be at risk. They need to be at the forefront of the planning, and what efforts are put into that will have a trickle down effect and benefit others in the community too.
Yep.
Look,
What are your
what
final thoughts, Etienne?
Amy, what were you going to say?
Also, I'm just saying, what are your thoughts on that, John? Any last thoughts?
Look, my main takeaway is this is not just an issue facing the disability community. What about young people? What about migrants? What about those people who are not your, I guess, typical Australian who don't just trust in government to take care of them? Was in this response for them? And if you're concerned, remember there's always someone to talk to, whether it be your peak body or even your support worker or family if you have them.
Sure, valid point. So good.
So this is my bit. You've been watching Crib Chat, your weekly podcast on everything disability. Thank you to Anchor and SoundCloud for distributing us. Remember to share, like, subscribe on whichever platform you find us on, and join us next week for more Crib Chat.
Just write in the comments if you want us to talk about anything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no worries.
Any topic suggestions, comment them now.
No worries. Yeah,
Comment
all good.
now.
Alright, see ya.
Thanks for joining us.
Bye.
Yeah,
Have
bye.
a good week.
Yeah.
See you next week. Same time, same places. Bye.